The first part of the long awaited vacation vlog is finally here. So, let me take you through what happened when we left the house. It was 4 a.m. in the morning when we left our house for our destination. We were headed to Victoria Falls for the family vacation. I'll call it a family annual vacation considering that last year, pretty much the same group of people went to Kariba together. That you'll find in another series that is on my YouTube channel. The Kariba vacation series is there. So here, as you can see, we were by the Norton toll gate. That was our first stop. We were using two cars, the GD6 and the Rush, the Toyota Rush. So my cousin brother and I were driving the Toyota Rush, and then Sekuru and my aunt were driving the GD6. In our car, at first, we had the boys. That was Taruk, Ziva, Nathan, and they were all sleeping. As you can see, from the time we left home till we got to Norton, then Chegutu, the boys were sleeping. They would wake up at regular intervals, but then they were mostly sleeping because they're still sleepy. But Tadiwa and I were awake, and we were listening to the one and only, the GOAT, Winky D. Not to say that I don't like other artists or consider them good, because this is not an invitation for us to argue about who is the GOAT between this artist and that. I just love Winky D, guys, and I also love other artists. You see those planes? They used to be restaurants. I always wonder why we let things run down like that. Like, we can do better. As Zimbabweans, we need to start doing better. So those planes are in Chegutu. And as you saw from the signpost, that is us entering Kadoma. My point about the planes, though, is those could make pretty good restaurants, but right now they're run down and abandoned. I don't know who owns the land, but they need to pull their socks up and renovate that. That could be a very beautiful sport, and we shouldn't just let things go to waste like that. Anyway, I'm rambling. So this is the next town. We're now in Kadoma. You know, I always know Kadoma from that, like, what's it called? Mosque, I think. Yeah, is it a temple? Is it a mosque? I don't know. Correct me in the comment section. And then that was now the toll gate to Gweru. So if you know me, you know I've traveled this part for a very long time. We stopped in Gweru by the Chicken Inns that was our first rest stop where people got down to ease themselves in Gweru, and it was so nostalgic for me to be in Gweru, because if you know I just recently graduated from Midland State University, and for the past 4 years of my life I have been driving to and from Gweru, so that route is quite familiar for me. So now it was us leaving Gweru, and my brother was still the one driving thus far, and yeah, I was like, "Are you tired?" He's like, "No." And then I sort of regretted not asking to drive like the first half. I don't want to drive like when it was still dark in the morning, but still, I would have loved to drive that route, just for nostalgic reasons. Because as I said, I love that path. I've driven that road for so many times. But however, even though I spent 4 years learning in Gweru, unlike my fellow, friends, classmates, so forth, I never ventured into blues from Gweru for any show or anything like that. So I was genuinely traveling the path to Bulawayo for the first time, and guys, I was excited. I was excited to be in the city of kings and queens, to an extent that I started to kuluma. And if you know me, you know I don't know how to kuluma. Nyadoba doba. Please don't come for me. My fellow kings and queens, don't come for me. But yeah, I was talking in very broken Tewele to my siblings, telling them I blended in. If you see me in this video, please do not judge. I know I was wearing what can only be described as a disaster. But look at my uncle, the twins, my aunt. Everyone was looking so cute. I, on the other end, look at my sister and I. We get into a bathroom and we start doing nonsense there. Guys, Takaona my toilet is simbi. Did you know? This chicken in particular was very slow. I really wanted to mention that their service was so slow, and they had my toilet is simbi. Like, they were made of some material, like, those corrugated roofs, like those metal roofs of some houses. Like that was the whole toilet was constructed of that. It was so weird. It was my first time seeing something like that. Anyway, I didn't take a video because I didn't want to think anyone would appreciate seeing a toilet in this video. But yeah, I saw that. So we were now eating mandipa. So right now, as you can see, like the people in the car have changed. So at this point in time, all the babies went to the GD6 and the adult babies were in our car except for Mandipa. So that was Nathaniel, Nathaniel and who else? Kuzira and Valerie went to the GD6. Then we were with Lucy and Taru. So you saw us, that small snippet when we were stopped. That's when we had gotten to the Wange toll gate. Everyone was excited because we thought we were about to arrive, but it took us another 120 k's to actually arrive. But this is us finally there. And if you think I spent this 5 minutes rambling, think about me, guys. I actually spent 12 hours on the road. I drove half the way because we swapped cars when we left Blues and we're headed for Lupani. That's when I started driving all the way to Vic Falls. Guys, the journey was long and it was tiresome. But you know what? That is not how our day ended. We arrived, but that was not the last of it. Because when we got there, the fun started. It was actually around 5:30, 5:40 when we got there. So it was almost 6 p.m. But it gets dark late. So wait for the next installation, guys.